everybody, it is Alex of Collective. Welcome back to my channel. And today, I got a package. This package here is something that I've done before. It's quite a few, I wouldn't say quite a few, but I think maybe it's a pound or so of unsearched wheat cents. And I got it right here. After a couple days of waiting, realizing FedEx shipped it to the wrong address, and then getting it back all of a sudden because my mom, she's on Facebook and she's part of a local news group. And let's just say they're found, everything's good. On a positive note, I was able to get my money back for these and get these at the same time. So enough complaining, enough screwing around. I dumped my wheat cents, and I have quite a few of them to go through. Let's take, for example, this first one is a 1955 Denver. When you're going through unsearched wheat cents or unsearched anything through Amazon or through Etsy or eBay or wherever, it's always going to be a gamble. I have here a jar of wheat cents that I have shown many times. I could ship out a pound at a time and say they're unsearched. And I know full well they are, and they're all my extras, but just to give an idea, always look at the seller, make sure everything's all good. And I've done this once before. I think I did this a couple weeks before Thanksgiving, so it's been about 6 months. Here is a 55D, and I'm going to see if I can find anything to fill my wheat cent book. This one looks like it's in pretty decent shape for 1944, but I also think this coin has been cleaned. It just gives me those vibes. These are the ones I've searched through, and I want to show you the oldest one I found, a 1940D. That's the oldest I've found so far. Here is my wheat cent book in all its glory. And on the final page, I'm only missing a few with S mint marks. Same with this page, a lot of S mint marks, and a D. Of course, as the years get older, I'm missing way more, especially on the very top here. If I was able to get maybe just at least a couple S's, couple things to fill, that would be pretty cool. But I guess I'm going to have to hunt and see. I found another 1940. 1940 seems to be the oldest that I'm finding. The rest of them are not interesting enough for the camera because they're all common 40s and 50s, which I suppose makes sense because they were the most minted. Take, for example, 1909 or 1910. Only 73 million, only 147 million. Versus down here, 1.4 billion. To give you an idea of what's going to be more common in circulation than others. Interesting. There's a foreign find in here. I found an old Canadian, an old laureate portrait from 1963. That's a pretty neat one to find. I like the design of the laureate portrait. It's very young Queen Elizabeth. You see like the flowing hair. And 1963, it's not exactly the wheat penny year, but when it comes to collecting Canadians, pretty much I collect a laureate portrait and older. I only live an hour from the Canadian border, and from where I live, most Canadians live by the border that I live at. So I get to see a lot of Canadians a day, a lot, especially being a cashier. So laureate portrait and older, because if I collected just pure regular Canadian cent or any other Canadian coins, I would probably have probably this jar would be filled to the brim with all the Canadians that I found throughout my cornrow hunts and just living where I live. The winters are cold and brutal, but hey, we got good apples. If Wheat Sons could tell stories, I'd want to know what this one's story is. It's got a very interesting, like, rainbow tone to it. A lot of coins can be naturally rainbow toned. If you've seen in my, I think it's my heads up display on my YouTube page, it's a rainbow toned Morgan dollar. And there are ways for coins to be naturally toned. So if this one is, I have my first real interesting find. And I want to show you how many I've hunted so far. These are all very common 40s and 50s. Nothing to fill my book, just to fill the jar, which is something that I would love to do one day, is have this filled to the brim with wheat cents. So at least I'm accomplishing one of my two goals. Now, if I can find something to add to my book, that would also be ideal as well. Another interesting find, I have my first steel cent. This is one thing I knew there was going to be a 50-50 shot whether or not I got one of these in the bag or not. They're so common, yet so rare at the same time. It's always a 50-50 shot whether or not you're going to find one of these while doing these hunts. But I'll stick it up here for my next interesting find. I finally had a stroke of good luck with these coins. I found a 1920 and a 1917 in the same couple coins. These are the oldest ones that I have found so far. I'm so glad 1940 is not the oldest that I found. I got 1920 and 1973. Or 17, rather. Two coins that are well over 100 years old. And with the interesting finds they go. Finally something more interesting than 1940 being the oldest. All these cents are hunted. And let's just say, I'm probably never going to do this again. $25 was not worth it. Aside from accidentally putting 4 or 5 in the container already, this is what I searched. A whole lot of cents. I think it was £1 worth. And this is what I found. A steel cent, a nice toned 1954D, and the two oldest I found were 1917 and 1920. Those were the only interesting finds that I found. It's not worth it. You'd be better off cornrow hunting from your bank, because you get those coins for free. And you get a lot more than just wheat cents. You get errors, varieties, foreigns, you name it. So, with that being said, I'm looking for the coin collector. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share and hit the bell icon. Until next time, I'm signing off. So long, everybody.